Hi guys, it's Marilyn Katz here. I'm chilling in my car and it's very hot. Give me a second, let me roll down the window. I figured that this would be the most appropriate place to tell this story. This is the story of my car accident. I don't know how else to explain it. It was a freak accident. I didn't wait for the cops. Because I didn't know what to do. This is my first accident. I had no idea. It's not as concrete as I hit something or something hit me. Something did hit me, but like my car is not damaged. Thank God. I'd cry if it was actually damaged. So I was on my way home from work. I actually wasn't on my way home. I was going to a job interview straight from work. I got off work 10 minutes early. I was chilling. I was in my car in the parking lot of my job, changing, putting on makeup, and I grabbed a sandwich from Dunkin' Donuts. And if I had waited like 3 more seconds, like if I had gotten out a minute earlier, if I had gotten out a minute later, this would have been completely different. So basically what happened is I was on 537. That's a road that runs, the highway that runs east-west. So I was going east. I was on 537 east, and there was this Jeep that was on 537 west. And I guess he had just hit the pole, and it's loud outside. I guess he had just hit the telephone pole when I had showed up. It was at an intersection. So this guy's opposing traffic, and he hit a telephone pole. And I was looking, and I was like, oh, that looks really bad. And then I looked up just to see, like, the telephone pole, because I saw that it cracked, and I saw it was starting to fall. And I looked up, and it was falling onto my car. It started to fall probably, like, 20 feet before I got to it. I floored it. I fucking floored that shit. I was terrified. Again, like I said, I had a job interview. I was not concerned about my own safety at all. I was more concerned about my job interview. So, yeah. So I floored it, and wires from the telephone pole fell on my vehicle. I drive a minivan. I want to preface this. I drive a minivan. With a normal car, I probably would have been able to stop in time. I don't really know. I don't drive small cars. I'm guessing I would. It takes me a while to stop. I have a big car. It's an old car. She's 9 years old. Her name's Elizabeth. And she does not brake as well as she used to. And again, a large car takes a while to brake. So even like if you get a brand new pickup truck, it's going to take a little longer to brake than a brand new, I don't know, Honda Civic. So yeah. I can still hear the cicadas. Shut up. Shut up. I'm making a video. So, oh shit, where was I? Right, so, the wires from the telephone pole fell onto my car. And the wires hit the ground, I guess, before the telephone pole did. And it hit my windshields. I have some scratches on my car, nothing major. Super, super minor things. And it folded in my side view mirror. And I guess the force that it folded in the side view mirror, it also popped out the mirror. So I was driving, and it was holding on by wires. So I literally just pulled over and popped it back in. Now everything's working. My car's fine. Well, it's not fine. Check engine light's on, but that's been on for a while. So the side view mirror folds in, pops out. I cleared the scene. I made sure I was a safe distance away. I got out, and when I got out, I heard, like, explosions, and I looked behind me to the accident, and I saw little white lights on the ground, which I guess, like, the explosion noise I heard was probably the thing hitting the ground itself. It fell probably about a second or so after I had cleared, like, got out from underneath it. So it didn't register with me that I almost died until, or that I could have died until the next day when I was talking about it with my parents. So yeah, it was terrifying. And like I said, I was more concerned about my job interview. I wasn't thinking about myself. I was just like, I need to get to this job interview. I am sick of my job. I love my job. It's just seasonal. It's not like I'm sick of it actually. It's a seasonal job. So I'm sick of not having a job in the winter. So yeah, I work at an amusement park in the summer. So I got out, fixed my car, and I looked at it. There's no severe damage. There were scratches, there were scrapes on the car, there was some paint that chipped. Nothing big. Nothing worth writing home about, you know. Nothing that I felt the need that I should wait till the cops came. So I just went on my merry way having a panic attack, and I called out my friend. And he could not hear me. At the time, I was with a crappier mobile carrier. Also, my phone was very crappy, and it would overheat and randomly butt dial people. And so my friend he picked up the phone after, I called him 3 or 4 times. He would pick up the phone. He'd be like, hello, hello, hello. I can't hear you. I guess you butt dialed me, and would hang up. And I was just sitting there crying in my car on the way to this job interview. And I got to the job interview. I think I did okay with my interview, but I did not get the job. I didn't think to tell them I had just been in an accident. That had not crossed my mind. I didn't even really realize it was an accident until later when I finally had called up my friend. He was finally able to hear me, and he was like, you were just in a car accident. You should have waited for the cops. And I realized this, and at first I didn't realize I was in an accident. He was like, is there any damage to your car? And so I sent him photos of my car. I don't have those photos anymore, otherwise I would show them. I sent him photos of my car, and he was like, I don't think anyone will notice. I think you're fine. You don't need to tell your parents. So I was like, okay. And then I had contacted my stepsister, and she had, I just contacted her, and I was like, hey, something happened with my car. She came over, and she's like, what's happening? What's going on? What's wrong? And I told her. She's like, you gotta tell your mom. So I told my mom. My mom was like, oh my god, thank god you're alive. But yeah, that's pretty much the story of the time that I got into a car accident. I'm still not entirely sure if I would qualify it as an accident. Nothing bad happened to me. I was just terrified. And now, I have problems driving. The next day, I had a doctor's appointment, and my mom was like, okay, you're gonna drive there. I'm busy. And I was like, alright, fine. I also went to my friend's house right from the doctor's, and the entire time I was driving to the doctor's, I would see a telephone pole next to me, and I would I'm not gonna say swerve, or drifted. I would drift more to the middle, when you drive next to a big truck and you're and you kind of drift away from it, subconsciously. I was doing that. I realized that wasn't bad. No, that it was bad. Sorry, that I was doing that. That was terrifying. So now I have a problem around telephone poles when driving, but my mother's making me go out and drive, which I understand. So yeah, that's pretty much the time I got to the car accident. Bye.